How's it going, YouTube? DMs from Stone Belts back here again with a brand new video, and today I want to talk about my viewers. If you're living in the United States like me, you already tell today is the 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. Hope you guys are having a good day. Hopefully celebrating your independence by drinking beers if you're old enough. Also having a good barbecue and all that. And also later probably ready to launch off some fireworks. You can see I'm already proud of being an American, having my United States Championship spinner belt right here, which if you haven't seen yet, go watch it on my channel. You can pause this video, go on to the next, and go watch it, my homemade United States Championship spinner belt. You can see it there. Anyway, guys, before I start this, I want to say, for a guy that left a comment below, says he loves my videos, keep it up, and to support him on patreon.com, I think, as well. I'd like to give a shout out to you, Dominic W. Thank you so much for leaving your comment below. Also, can't wait to see you do some videos. Hopefully, like you support. In fact, I mean, I wouldn't mind trying to support you as much as I can, but it's not. My only best bet is probably just giving you a shout out right now. Thank you so much for leaving a comment below. Today, guys, I mentioned in my last video I was going to tell you about my origin story, about how I began making belts. And mostly, I'm going to tell you about a little bit of a story right here. See, when I was a lot younger, probably in my teens with my brothers and my friend, we were outside doing backyard wrestling, probably when our mom was around because our mom thought it was dangerous. But we took care of ourselves. We're still around. I mean, besides the fact there's a couple scars here and there, but we did backyard wrestling, which they always tell us not to do at home, but we did it anyway. That's how the Hardy Boys came out. They did it at home, and look where they are now. Anyway, we had our own wrestling thing yet. We call ourselves Ultimate Championship Wrestling, UCW. And we made it was like we were using toy belts. We were using the toy belts I showed you guys in the other video as well. But then when we were getting older, it was getting smaller. I'm like, and then I was putting snaps on the back of them. It was like, why don't I just, and it's like, we even put our logos over the WWE logos to make it seem like our belts. But then again, it didn't seem like our belts. I was like, you know what? How about I make one? Like, I make one of the belts. And that's how I came to, by making belts. But my first belt wasn't was much of an eyesore. Most of my first few custom belts were eyesores. That was before I started making these type of belts with metallic duct tape as for the plates and 3 to 4 layers of leather. These ones were just straight cheapest you could go. They were just simple styrofoam cardboard painted with the silver Sharpie marker or gold paint. No metallic duct tape whatsoever. For the plates, at least, and 1 layer of leather with the duct tape backing. It was down to the brim, cheapest way to make them. I don't have my original belt because this is how the story begins. First, we all came together to make the belt, and it was our championship belt. And we did the side plates. Because this is around the time when they had the big logo belt on WWE, not the network logo belt now, but we liked the idea of changing out the side plates and having our simple custom logos on them. I made a couple custom logos for the title belt, and then, but then when we were doing these videos, I made a couple belts as well. My first belt. Then I made another belt, and one it was specifically for me for one reason. I'll tell you more when I show you the belts. Then several people came in talking to me about making a belt for them. So in fact, it was these two. I'm not gonna mention any names. One guy was he does his own YouTube wrestling videos called Urban Warren Wrestling, UWW. He wanted me to make a championship belt. He wanted me to make a championship belt for the world title, for their company. I told him, he was like, think of any ideas. I sketched up some ideas. I showed it to him. He's like, yeah, do that. Well, showed the parts of the belt, showed him what it looked like, and then when I came to make the belt, we were good. This is around the time we decided, hey, we're gonna do. They wanted us to do several invasion type of series of belts. I mean, series of make UCW and UWW collide together in the somewhat invasion skit going on. Where all our belts were coming together. And I revealed the UWW World Heavyweight Championship to them, and was like, okay. Then I was the UCW champion at the time. And I had brought the belt over. We were doing bits of videos here and there. And one time I showed him our belt. The guy that led UWW, I mean, somehow he wanted us to keep the belt. He wanted to keep our belt. I was like, okay, we keep their belt. We were doing several videos there and there. You can look them up, try to find them out. And then I found out he was rubbing our belt like the traditional way. And then out of nowhere, when I was staring at him, he just spits on our belt. I'm like, you son of a bitch. I'm like, I wanted to kick his ass. Believe me, I wanted to literally beat the shit out of him. Sorry if you guys don't like it when I'm cursed, but guys, this is how it was. It was and that day it was just me and my brother. My friends and my other brother were not there. My other brother was sorry. My other brother was probably going into the military. My friend was already at his house. He couldn't make it. They brought us over to do several skits there and in there for them. Then, right out of the blue, he spits on the belt. I'm like, there was like 6 of them. It was just me and my brother, so it was like 6 on 2. I mean, I won't mind taking out a couple people, but I don't know if I could take them all on, especially with me and my brother. It's 2 against 6. I mean, in wrestling, I know they say wrestling is fake. Yeah, everyone knows that. But you see people take out 2 on 6. You really have to be a tough-ass son of a bitch. I'm tough, but I'm not that tough to take on at least more than 3 people. I don't take on hard challenges like that. I like it better when it's one-on-one. But I was like, alright. And then find out later, when I have his belt, they had ours. Our belt had the 2 monster logos. One side was red, one side was blue. I don't know why my brother put the monster logos on there, which was bad enough to put them on YouTube because of copyright problems, you know. Then find out later, because the reason they did this is because they said that UCW logo. There were some people calling in saying they were going to sue us because they were using our logo for copyright problems. I'm like, that's stupid. We call ourselves UCW, but we only did it for entertainment wise. We didn't do it for money. We put our videos on YouTube, but we never done it for money. We did it for entertainment wise. We made people want to watch us do wrestling. So what they did, they put the belt down, grabbed a can of spray paint. A can of spray paint. Remember, I wasn't using metallic duct tape back then. And they sprayed the center plate and the side plates of the belt, covering up all the logos. I'm like, why did you do that? You could have just showed the belt and just give it back to me. They just destroyed my belt. This was styrofoam cardboard. This is the styrofoam board I showed you guys in the how-to series. Which spray paint, if you know, it goes through the paper. It would disintegrate. It's disintegrated the styrofoam to where it's nothing left. And it was trash. I wanted to get my belt back. I tried so hard, but I was like, I just got to cut my losses. So now that belt's gone. Probably it was thrown in the trash by these guys. These guys still do videos, by the way. I don't know if they call themselves UWW anymore. So I was like, you know what? They destroyed my belt. I was like, you know what? They're not going to get their belt. Tell you what, I changed the middle letter of the logo, which I'm probably going to show you. It's now our belt now. It's like, you destroyed my belt. Now you ain't going to get your belt. You can keep that one for all I care. So I had to make another belt. And barely don't talk to these guys ever again. But anyway, guys, that was my story about how it all began. But I made another belt, and then years later, it moved onward to make them a lot better than they were now. Are you guys ready to see like the custom belts? Well, here we go. 10 minutes already, huh? I guess I can last longer than 10 minutes. Well, as you see, all my belts were always put in this duffel bag, but here they are now out here. As you can see here, this is my UCW Tag Team Championship belt. We had this belt for a while. You can see it's already breaking off. This is, as you can tell, guys, this ain't metallic duct tape. This is just cardboard painted gold and silver. My oldest brother came up with this idea. I don't know what he came up with the X ideas, because I see it looks like it represents 20, but we haven't been doing them. We've only been doing this for about 10 years or so. I mean, and look at the size of this plate. Look at this. This is my hand. Usually, if you see the size difference between my hand with this plate, look at it with this one. This thing is huge. This is like a TV screen put on a belt. This sucker was huge. And this is 5-plated. As I said, yeah, like one layer of fake leather material. And of course, I know that looks like an H, but it was somewhat of a W. It's kind of wearing off. With duct tape backing. We were like somewhat of a hardcore style wrestling, so we thought, put duct tape for our backing. It says, like here you can see, these plates are still huge. It says tag team. These were just downright to the brim, lowest style of a belt. But my brother did the tribal design. It looks kind of cool. And we were I would say, out of wrestling companies, we're the ones that thought of the idea of doing 2 nameplates. The first, like the one who held their title, would be the big one, and their partner would have the lower one. Like their nameplates would be on each belt. Then again, with this, before we decided to screw the name plates on, these were just carved out, and you can see. That's just leather under there. I just put the nameplate sticking in there. Anyway, that's that's the UCW tag title. I would say there was another belt here that I had from the original, but this is one of the original belts. I would say this is probably the 3rd oldest belt I have. The original, like I said, the original one is destroyed, but you can still probably find it out in our old YouTube videos if you can look for them. Well, this here is our newest UCW title. This was the version 2 of the original. It had the exact same design with the point and the curve, but I just widened it out in both ways. The original belt looked almost somewhat like a Hogan 86 belt. And then it had the side. This was only a 3-plater. It had the interchangeable side plates, but I'm not going to pull them out. And also we had the side plates over there, which were for us. I wouldn't mind trying to get them, but a little bit of a cluster over there, so I'm not going to grab them out. Like it's basically all of us for a certain reason. Like here's the UCW logo, but if it was my brother Scott, if it was like my little brother, you would have like 2 eyes on one plate and a crown on the other, because we did a thing called Wrestling Royalty, where we became the first king of the ring. For my other brother, it would have been snakes. Like a snake head, and it said his name on the plate. For me, it was a tombstone, because I was mostly like going for Undertaker gimmick. It said R.I.P. and my initials. And for my other friend, who was the co-owner at the time, me and my older brother, and our friend was the co-owner. We were co-owners, and I became part of the co-ownership as well. He had a plate, but his was much different. It was in silver background, where it said, one plate said FPG, because we didn't do PG shit. And the other one was a pipe bomb. It said pipe bomb, and it had a pipe bomb on it. And his was done in rubies. Each one has a different style of gems. Like, my youngest bro didn't have no gems. Mine had 2 gems. My bro had like 6 gems. My friend had them, but they were in rubies. But anyway, and as well, all the belts were 2x5. And as well, you can see it had silver tip, green backing. I still don't know why. People don't like the fact that it was the green backing, especially the lime green backing, but hey. it's just